as we add to this portfolio, it's making a difference for us. It's helping us in large accounts, helping us in small accounts, but it's also the investments we've made. So for example, you heard me talk on Monday about this idea of enterprise bill of material. And it really is different. It's not just doing the CAD check-in and some of the traditional PDM things we've talked about. It's thinking about holistically, what does it mean to be able to address the entire bill of material in the process that goes into the product. And one of those examples is Volvo as well. So it's not just GM with what they're doing with the configurator. Volvo's using this to replace their homegrown system they've had for many, many years to be able to swap that out with Teamcenter out of the box to be able to do this. And I'll be honest with you, some of you know my old background was I ran the Ford account many years for a long time, and Volvo used to beat the crap out of me on things. And I was there about 8 months ago, and they were telling me how great and wonderful all this was. It's really quite surprising to see that they've made that switch and they're going full blown into this. But then you've got companies like, and by the way, if you look at automotive today, we have a presence in every single automotive, but there's some that are using us more holistically than others in what they do. GM, for example, uses us very well, but BYD across the board, everything we do with them, they use us obviously from Teamcenter to Annex, our digital manufacturing capabilities, everything we do, but also in the electronic space, in EDA, what we do with Capital for the wire harness, what we do with Polarian and other types of tools. And so it's made a difference every time we do an acquisition. They're one of the companies that comes to us and says, help us put this cycle together. And by the way, I think it's one of the reasons they're 25% faster and 25% cheaper than most of the world today in producing automobile, because you've got a continuous integration. You're not piecemealing it and trying to put it together. You're not complaining that your wire harness is way too large because the guy doing the wire harness didn't know what anybody else was doing. It's an integrated process. And so it is making a difference with the large accounts. Same thing in aerospace. As you know, we have a very good presence in what we do with aerospace and defense across the board. But a couple of things. Gulfstream, same thing. Using us for their enterprise bill of material. They do a lot of work with us already, but they're just making that switch now to use us for a lot of the other components. And a big part of that is taking care of that bill of material, the configuration problems that they're dealing with. And then Bombardier. Bombardier was a Teamcenter user. We had flipped them a few years ago away from the other guys, and now they've decided to go full bore with us with NX as well. And so we continue to take market share, and we're taking it from key competitors because we have a holistic story, and that's what's helping us sell. And these are just a few examples. I don't have time to go through all of them this morning, but just want to talk about how it's making a difference in what we do.